there's a lot of people that love ships, there's a lot of people that love restoration, there's a lot of people that love, you know, every part of it. And, you know, even if you're not a ship guy, you're still gonna be into what it takes to do this. Today we're redoing some of this teak wood for the rails. It hasn't been touched since about 1955, or I hesitate to say hasn't been touched, but it's been here since 1955, since this ship was built and launched. And it's actually pretty resilient wood. If it cracks up, if it breaks, you can glue it back together. You can make it look almost new again. You know, fortunately, this stuff doesn't look new, so we're not going to try and make it look new. We're just going to try to make it look really good, like this guy here. So that's kind of our plan. We're going to put several layers of teak oil on this, and you know, then wet sand it, and you know, you'll be able to basically see yourself in here once it's finished. And so far we've welded that much on, but then there's, like, I had to rebuild the whole corner, and I'm cutting sections away in the gutter because it's, you know, rotten. And I think I took 100 and something pounds of some metal slag out of there. So we videoed all that. So probably by the end of the week we'll have to that point done. To the center of the pipe. It looks like it's right on if I'm looking at that mark. What's that? Oh, it's gotta be on the fly. There's not any hot chicks on that boat. See, now that's the boat I wanted for Ocean 11. The speedboat ride for the mercenaries.
Yeah, we only have one engine.
I know.
Yeah, we've done a lot of things for this ship. I can't even begin to go over all of them, but like this deck was completely covered with an old tarp-like thing that it was like a swimming pool, something, plastic. And underneath that was all the teak, all that ripped up, thousands and thousands of boards, seemed like anyway, gone. The lounge, fixed that up, did the bar like 2 years ago, new tile in there, fixed up a couple cabins. Geez, just all kinds of stuff. He's always got something. The railing, been working on the railing. It's come a long way in about 6 years, you know, but there's still a lot more to do. Just always out here making it work, doing stuff, helping out. Having a good time.
I'm Shane Moss, and I'm a filmmaker in Northern California. I came to learn about the Aurora when we were shooting a Resident Evil fan film in 2017 called Siren Song. And we had lost our location, and one of our actors, David Foster, had a connection with this ship, and he suggested maybe we shoot the film here. And it was perfect. It was exactly what we were looking for since it's being rehabbed. There's just lots of construction going on, and it worked into the Resident Evil production perfectly. We were quite frankly shocked to learn that a German ship was actually in Northern California. It was the first ship that they allowed the Germans to build of this size since World War II, and for it to be something that we could access in Northern California was almost mind-blowing. But we got to meet Chris, and we got to learn a little bit more about the ship and what his vision and goal is. And it's a great historic ship. It would be great for a museum or someplace for events. We've been here for several events since we learned about the ship. He does the 4th of July thing, and it's a great time sitting out here and having some drinks and watching the fireworks go off over the water.
So this ship reminds me a little bit of Tolkien and his stories, like how it started to be a German holiday boat, the first one after the Second World War, the first pocket ocean liner, and it went to a small island, which is like really a German holiday island. And that had a long career, but at a certain point the ship got sold to a Greek firm, and after that, you know, they put air conditioning in and they invested a lot of money. And then the Greek firm sold it to a company that wanted to have this boat in the Arctic terrain. So all the airco was not necessary anymore. They had to put heaters in there indeed. And then from there it went another journey, ended up in LA, and eventually ended up in the Bay Area. And that's where Chris found it, as far as I understood the whole story. It is a story on museum ships. That's a website, and I can advise you to check it out. It's really interesting.
But all this stuff has to come off first, so we've been cutting it off, taking the old railing, and I have a whole giant stack of teak that used to be the deck wood like this, and it's still in perfect shape. So we're gonna use that. You know, a lot of people show up, and you know, even if 10 people showed up, even if 5 people showed up, you're still gonna get quite a bit done. But we've had as many as 40 show up, and then it's a full-time job for me going around trying to, you know, assign everybody onto a project that's at their skill level.